I remember when I first reviewed the Razer Seiren Mini last year, a lot, and I mean a lot of you, seem to really like this microphone for its price and its sound quality. It's been almost an entire year since that review came out, and due to popular demand, I decided to just go back and revisit the Razer Seiren Mini in 2021. So, is the Razer Seiren Mini still worth it to this day? Well, let's go ahead and dive right in. Before we continue, don't forget that I have a Twitch channel that you can go ahead and follow me on for live microphone reviews and much more than that. But you're also going to find my Instagram and a link to the Tech Summit Discord in the description. So come join the community because it is a pretty cool one. We've also opened up a Patreon as of late where if you join, you'll be automatically entered to win one tech gadget every month in our exclusive giveaways. Details to that are going to be down below. Don't forget to check out the description for everything. Now let's get right into the video. And just as a heads up, I am going to be recording this entire review or revisited video with this microphone so that you can hear what it sounds like for content creation. I'm also going to be streaming again tonight with this at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, so you can ask all of your questions live, and I would be more than happy to have you over there. So links to my Twitch are going to be down in the description. Now, the sheer design consists of this lightweight plastic that hasn't aged all that well, to be entirely frank. There are going to be scuffs and scratches on this controller, even though it hasn't been used in quite a while, and I'm actually pretty careful with my gear. However, the capsule grill itself still seems to in pretty good condition, I would say. Though honestly, this microphone is still that adorable little piece of gadget that I bought last year. And I would say that while the condition has experienced some wear, the overall design of this microphone has aged pretty well, except for that micro USB port. That's gotten more difficult to deal with over time since the original cable isn't really fitting all that well anymore. And now this, just as a reminder, is a cardioid condenser microphone that is addressed from the very front and has a frequency response of 20 Hz to 20 kHz, which is going to be the full frequency range that the human ear can hear. Now let's get right into the sound test itself. And so I'm going to be doing this sound test without any kind of background music so that you can easily hear what it sounds like for content creation or just when you're speaking into it. Now this microphone to this day sounds pretty clean. It's not really the best at sound rejection, but it does make your voice sound pretty natural. It's a fair sound, and not to mention that when it comes to plosives, I don't really remember it being this good at handling those. I don't really feel like I need a pop filter for this, which is honestly quite a relief. Usually, if you are going to purchase an affordable microphone, that's usually going to be because you're trying to save money along the way, and this is going to help a lot in that regard. You won't have to buy a pop filter with it necessarily. Now, the Seiren Mini still has a great sound for the money. While I would prefer maybe just a little bit more emphasis on the low end, the factory settings here on this microphone will work for just about anyone who's streaming or making YouTube videos, especially for Discord calls and things of the like. So yeah, pretty good stuff there. So let's go ahead and talk about some of my complaints thus far. This microphone's build is not very good, so it will tear down faster than other microphones. I have never dropped this microphone, by the way, but there is this piece of plastic inside of the capsule that just keeps rattling around every time that I move it. Have a listen. And to this day, I still wish it used USB-C and not this proprietary micro USB connection because it's become harder to insert it. It's an outdated connector, and USB-C is just more stable as a connection. And it would also be nice if this had a headphone jack for monitoring or mic gain knob, for instance. But I've accepted that the Mini isn't really meant to have a bunch of bells and whistles and things like that. But it's just meant to be a plug-and-play, simple solution to audio that still holds up to this day. So this microphone is still the best sounding Razer microphone since they stopped selling the original Razer Seiren. The Seiren X is still overpriced in my opinion and doesn't sound good for the money whatsoever, while the Seiren Elite, which is their $200 alternative, had a very high noise floor and doesn't really sound very good, not to mention that sound rejection isn't very good for a dynamic microphone for that end. Obviously, Razer's headset mics can't even compete with this microphone. their cheapest dedicated microphone is still their best microphone overall. And that's also still one of my favorite microphones for this price tag. And I've seen it for around 40 bucks actually, instead of its $50 MSRP. It only makes this a much easier microphone to recommend, to be completely honest, considering that it's been like that for a while. I still love it, and I think that you will too, even in 2021, so strongly recommend it. And if you're interested in purchasing the Razer Seiren Mini, then I'll be making sure to leave affiliate links down to Amazon in the description. And I'm also going to have ABUNDA in case you would rather go ahead and finance this. No credit card of your own required, but it will make it easier for you to pay for this over time. And there's also going to be Luster, which is going to be a great service for helping you find sales. So who knows, like maybe they can actually find even better sales and a nicer price on the Seiren Mini, considering that right now it is on sale. So links to all of that down below. If you end up using any of my links, I do get a small commission that does help out the channel quite a bit, so I would appreciate that quite a bit. I wanted to give a very special thanks to the tier 3 patrons, which in this case are going to be Omar, Saad, Al-Wazel, and Joe Moss. So thank you so much for all of your support, for going above and beyond to support us. And now on to the rest of our patrons, the tier 2s, so let's get into that. And this is super important. I would just like to give a very special thanks to all of our patrons, which are going to be listed right here on the screen. Again, a massive thanks to you all for supporting us to help us create the kind of content that we bring to you on a day-to-day basis. And thank you so much for supporting the Tech Summit podcast as well. And just remember that if you would like to be a part of this community too, and then do make sure to check out the links to our Patreon, where you don't only get bonus episodes of our podcast, but you also get automatically entered into one of our monthly giveaways of a tech product that we have reviewed that is of at least $50 in value or higher. So links to that down below. And don't forget to follow me on the rest of my social media, like my Instagram and my Twitch. And with that said, this has been Francisco from Tech Summit. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be seeing you all later. Enjoy.